Hello Year 7. Today we are going to do some more practical work. Now we have just reached the end of our physics topic on electricity, and rather than going on and starting a new topic, I thought we would leave that until after half term. Instead I thought we would do a bonus couple of little bits of practical work. Now today we are not in my physics laboratory, which is my garage. Instead we are in my chemistry laboratory, my kitchen. Now what we are going to do is we are going to do quite a simple bit of practical work where we are going to attempt to make some rock candy. Now we'll do something similar at the start of Year 8 when we do some work on geology. But I thought we would have a little go at this at home. Now to do this you are going to need the following items. You're going to need a cocktail stick. You're going to need a clothes peg. You're going to need a small-ish jar. You're going to need a spoon or something to stir with. You're going to need a saucepan. You're going to need some sugar. You may also want some food colouring as well. You're also going to need some water. Now the idea is that what we do is we make a saturated solution of sugar. Now I'm hoping that you remember what that actually means. If you remember, a saturated solution means you've dissolved as much of a solvent as you can and nothing more will dissolve. Okay? What we then do is we then take our cocktail stick, we put that into our saturated solution and we leave it for several days. Hopefully what will then start to happen is the water will start to evaporate, the dissolved sugar then comes out of solution, and what should happen is you then should start to see some nice big sugar crystals growing on your cocktail stick. Now a little word of warning before we start, this does involve hot liquids, so please check at home first. Perhaps get an adult at home to help you out as well. Remember, this is a bonus bit of practical work. You don't have to do this. If you don't have these materials available to you at home, I just thought it might be a little bit of some fun stuff to do. Okay, now, first thing we need to do then is we need to make our saturated solution of sugar. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to measure out a quantity of water. Because I want this water to sort of fill my jar, I'm going to start off with that much water in my jar. Excuse me one moment. Okay, that is going to go into my saucepan. If this was in the school laboratory, obviously we'd be doing this in the beaker. That I'm then going to heat up on the stove to get it boiling. Then I'm going to start dissolving some sugar. Okay, right then, so here's my water in the pan on my Bunsen burner. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to turn my Bunsen burner on. What we want to do is we want to get this water boiling. The hotter we can get it, the better. So what we're going to need to do, we're going to need to bring this up now to 100 degrees Celsius. Okay, there we go. We've got our water boiling now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch my Bunsen burner off. And what I now need to do is I now need to start dissolving my solute, the sugar. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to add a spoonful. And then I'm going to give it a stir and get it to dissolve. Okay, there we go. It's dissolved straight away, so I'm going to add another spoonful. Add it, give it a stir. Okay, there we go. It's dissolved. Now ideally, I want to make a saturated solution. However, sugar is a very, very soluble substance. you will get huge amounts of sugar to dissolve in water. So what was that? That was 3 spoonfuls. Probably going to go for 2 more spoonfuls because I'm just seeing that it's just starting to find it quite difficult to dissolve. So I'm going to add 2 more to bring it up to 12, 11, that is 12. Okay, give that a stir, get it to dissolve. You could probably add huge amounts of sugar to yours, but it's not strictly necessary. Okay, right, so here's my, my sugar solution, okay. This is the dangerous bit really, because what you've got to do is you've now got to transfer that hot liquid into your jar. So please be careful. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to carefully pour that into my jar. You will find that even though we started with a jar full of liquid, now that we've got the sugar to dissolve in there, you'll notice that you've probably got a lot of liquid left over. That's okay, so I'm going to put what's left in my pan to one side. I would actually like to make some red rock candy crystals, so I'm going to add just a little drop of red food colouring to mine. Give that a little stir. That's perfect. The last thing that I need to do is I'm going to take my cocktail stick, I'm going to put that in my clothes peg, and that is just going to sit in my liquid. Oh, it's quite warm. Can you see? Now, hopefully what will happen then is that over the next several days, as the water evaporates, hopefully we'll get some nice big sugar crystals starting to grow around that cocktail stick. If you do have a go at this bit of practical work, post me some pictures. It would be fantastic to see the sorts of things that you are making. Please remember, this is a bonus bit of practical work. If you don't have the things at home to do this, it's okay. Also, please remember, safety first. Please check with the adults at home, okay, because you are using some hot liquids. Anyway, hope you're well, and I'll see you again soon.